We got water going in for the final time. Let's bring it on. Hey y'all, welcome back to the swim pond project. This thing is just downright magical. This is awesome. This is why we do this stuff. All right, last step going in. It's a good morning in Mahaffey. We got water going in for the final time. Let's bring it on. We have been gone here for probably close to a month. We had everything done here that we could do except for like plants and mulch and lighting and all of that jazz. And while we were gone, Jeff has worked his magic with the plumbing setup, which, can you hear it back there? You probably can see it, but before I'll give you an in-depth, I want to show you what he did back here. He spent a long time getting these pumps programmed to work properly, but this is all the filtration and the pumps and the heaters and the chlorinators for this whole system. I don't know if it looks like a big undertaking, but it is. He spent a lot of time with that. Air for the spa, then there's pumps, heaters, chlorinators. I don't even know what all is back here. But this is what runs it. It's all back here far away. Super long lines like these. This is pretty far away from the pool, so we have a lot of feet of pipe. I showed you all the spa stuff that we ran in insulation. I hear the Peterbilt coming. We have got 19 trees we're gonna put in today, some evergreens, some service berries, and basically get the big trees in there and the boulder work around them. Take a look at that. I think we nailed the waterfalls. I'm very, very happy with them. The viewing from all angles is just incredible. Pool is starting to clear up. It's still not completely clear. Part of our Scooby, our robotic cleaner, just wants to set in the 8-foot section. So it doesn't want to come up here and clean in the 4-foot section. So we're working with seeing if we can find a cleaner that you can set. You can program it to just do like the top shelf, and then you can program it to the bottom shelf. So we're pretty sure there's going to be solutions to be found for that. This thing is just downright magical. So awesome. There's water jets and air bubblers and lights all throughout that thing. Ah, it's so cool. That was worth it. This thing was an incredible amount of work. Far harder than anything I have ever done before, and harder than I thought it was going to be. Very difficult, but it's worth every bit. Take a look at the top of the mound here. This is where we're going to be working today. All of the gravel needs to be scooped out of the edges. topsoil needs to be moved across this whole mound. It's basically just slate. I think there's a backdrop. Derek's coming up here to do some plant layout, but I think like there's gonna be some big evergreen trees planted all back here along with service berries and stuff. Plant this all up, get her mulched, get her lighted, get lawn seeded, get out of here. Take a look at that. Woo! That is so cool. This is an enormous accomplishment. From the time that we started getting stuff together for this thing until now has been about 6 months. And during that 6 months, there's a lot of doubts that live in your head. You're thinking about, is it gonna work? What's it gonna look like if there is a hole in it? If we have a leak, where do you even start fixing it? That stuff lives in your head for a long time. And so it feels very good to be at this point, have everything working, no plumbing leaks anywhere. Every time we sell one of these projects, it's all tight in there until we reach this point, and it's like, this is awesome. This is why we do this stuff. I never really worked with these pumps. We weren't sure how much flow we had to work with. We wanted to make it as wide and as grand as possible, but you have to be careful because if you overdo that, it looks like, well, you didn't have enough water flow. So we were just kind of guessing. I was worried particularly about that middle falls, that we just had too much width, but it turned out really cool. Very pleased. There's our work for the day. Moving in, Matt has got all our trees and a little bit of topsoil. I have 2 triaxles still coming. Now for the last 10%. She's coming together, boys. I was just admiring this nice mossy boulder and I felt a squishy section on the boulder. Which was a little tree frog. Isn't that amazing? Barely pick him out. Hey guys, beautiful Monday morning to you. It is May 13th, and we are coming down the final steps here. We started putting down mulch on Friday. All our plants are in, a bunch of lighting is in. The pool is finally starting to clear up, and I think it looks awesome. Check out the 8-foot section here and the pavers down there. Looks like Scooby's a little bit hung up. There we go. We obviously need to go in there with a vac and clean up some bigger pieces, but 8 foot deep, crystal clear, looking really nice. I need to do a little bit of cleaning in here. Friday night was kind of rainy and cool, and I got to try out the spa and the slide before I went home. Oh, it's amazing. Feels so good. So the plan today is to finish mulching off the back of that mound, and we have a little bit of lighting to do over here, and then we're gonna try to do some lawn work here. It's pretty soft. Moisture has been pretty prevalent, one might say, the last few days, but we're gonna see what we can do, and we're moving down the home stretch here. Guess I need to go work, but I really just want to swim in here. Well, Deej, ready to get started?
Not really.
Not really? Why not?
Tired.
You're tired? Deej, he is an animal. He works like a horse all week long, and then he goes to the weekend and works even harder. What he needs is some good wife material. We need to get him married so that he can settle down and start, you know, chilling and relaxing over the weekend. So if you know any good matches, let's get him married. All right, let's get started. Hey guys, we're just sitting here, chilling, feeling pretty good about ourselves. Today is May 14th, and we rolled in here on December 6th. There has been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears poured in here.
Frostbite?
Yes, there was some frostbite. We plowed through some difficult weather. I have not experienced a job site with the wind that this job site has had in a long time, maybe ever. But I think it came together very nicely. It feels pretty good to be sitting on the other side of it. I just looked, we have 2,800 man hours in this thing. Throughout the winter, as you can see on some of the time lapse, some days we'd have 6, 7, 8 guys working here with 2 machines. We got a lot of stuff done in a very short time there for a while. Then it slowed down. The spa was extremely time consuming. I already talked to you all throughout the journey about all the jets that needed drilled and just an unbelievable amount of plumbing on the thing. So it kind of ground down there for a bit. And we pulled off. We had to wait on plants. It wasn't quite warm enough for plants, so we pulled off for a bit of, did some other things and came back in. So we weren't quite on it the full 5 months, although there was usually somebody working on it for most of that 5 months. And then there was planning before we even pulled in here on December 6th. There was ordering. So this ball has been rolling for 6 months. Gives you a bit of an idea of the scope of what it takes to pull off a project like this. And feels good to be at the other side and look back at all the teamwork. The guys were great up here. Matt and Steve spent a good bit of time up here. Everyone worked hard. It's definitely a team effort. Jeff put a lot of work into all the planning, the designing behind it, where the jet heads go and all the pool equipment. That's out of my league. Let me know what you think. Questions, comments on the project. I'll do my best to get them answered. Appreciate you following along on the build. If you're interested in this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. We're releasing every Saturday. Don't forget the notification bell or you'll miss it. Can't see my beautiful face, you know what I mean? See you guys on the next one.